Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales. And right now I'm on my channel to talk about what's happening right now. I'm just sitting here in my home and there are two neighbours, one downstairs that lives diagonally to me and one next door, who have been tampering with the air in my home since I got up this morning. One's breathing cigarette smoke through and the other one's sending the filthy, disgusting smell of her house through. These two people are viewing me illegally on a camera that's been placed in my home by St George Community Housing. St George Community Housing, they are running some kind of racket where they are charging random people to be able to view into my house to watch me be put through cruelty. They've also partnered with corrupt members of the justice system to do this to me, and it's happening because it's all a part of a justice system cover-up. So these people are not only tampering with the air in my home, they're viewing illegally into my home, watching my every move. These people stalk me all day, every day, and through the night as well, and they're being paid by people who are viewing into my home illegally also to put me through cruelty. And I just cannot believe these people are still doing this. I really can't. But anyway, they are. And not only are they tampering with my air and viewing illegally into my home, they're also viewing my devices illegally. They're also tracking my vehicle everywhere I go. They're also listening into my vehicle when I drive. They could even be watching me when I drive. I'm not sure if there's a camera in my car or if there is just a bug that allows these people to hear me in my car, but they track my vehicle everywhere I go, and they work for this landlord. They do. This landlord's running scams. St George Community Housing is the landlord. When I got this unit, it was all set up. It had all been set up from the very start in 2020 when I moved here. These neighbours were put here specifically to put me through psychological abuse, and it's been done to try and abuse me to death. And that is because there are corrupt police who have committed crimes and obstructed justice for me for the past 10 years. One of them has committed violent crimes against women, like really sickening crimes. And this person next door, yeah, she's been sending the smell of her home through, and it's enough to make you want to vomit. It really is. And then him downstairs, he lives diagonally to me. He's a known pervert in this area. And St George Community Housing have given him cameras to view me on in my home. And they've given him, everything he needs to abuse me. All these neighbours that are connected to my unit can tamper with the air. And there's 3 of them. And when I say these people are obsessed, it's beyond obsession for these people. It's all they do with their lives. It is their lives to stalk and harass me. That is all they do, all day, every day. They are obsessed. I mean, this creep downstairs, he hasn't left his home in 19 months. Since he's been able to stalk me, he hasn't left his home. It's probably going on 2 years that he just started spending more and more time in his home. He used to go out. He doesn't anymore. He doesn't. It's all he does. He's obsessed. And the disgusting thing sits there and breathes smoke into my house. And the reason I can't believe this is still happening is because the truth is so out there about what St George Community Housing has done. I mean, I even had another person reach out to me and comment on one of my videos last night, and that person described to me that they could be going through a similar situation to me. So St George Community Housing, I have no idea why you are still allowing these people to do what they're doing, but it is your responsibility to make sure that I'm safe. I still signed a lease in this house, in this unit. I signed a lease. That lease states that it is your responsibility to keep me safe when it comes to mentally disturbed people. Obviously, these people are mentally disturbed. You only have to go back and look on my channel and see what they've done to know these people are mentally disturbed, because it would take a very mentally disturbed person to sit there and torture someone in their home like I've been tortured. It would take a mentally disturbed person to be that obsessed that they don't leave their house. It would take a mentally disturbed person to be able to inflict this kind of cruelty onto another person and then sit there and watch the results of their abuse. Not only that, these people are also viewing my heart on a monitor as they carry out abuse, which makes it attempted murder, because that's what they're trying to do. They know I have severe PTSD. They know that. They know that my heart beats fast. So what they're doing, they're constantly trying to bring my heartbeat up and down, up and down, up and down, till it finally turns into a heart attack or a stroke or some kind of health episode. That's what they've been trying to do. They've also been trying to force me to give up on my life just by putting me through so much torture and abuse in my home. So St. George Community Housing, I think it's about time you really face reality, okay? Because it's not just me. There's other people who know the truth now. And how you can still, you can't, a spade is a spade, and it's always going to be a spade, okay? So the truth's going to come out about you, St. George Community Housing, and we're going to find out, if you've done this to other people too. But that's what they're doing. They're abusing innocent people to death in their homes for money. They're also taking money off people to view into my home to watch me go through cruelty. And these neighbours, these disgusting neighbours, are selling themselves to these abusive people, men, most of them. There are women involved though. There's abusive women involved too that are viewing into my home illegally. And the stuff these people do, it is sick. The stuff these neighbours do to carry out abuse, to put me through psychological abuse, people are going to be sickened. They are. They're going to be sickened at when they hear the truth about what these people have done to me and put me through. They really are. And, two of these neighbours are women that are tampering with my air right now. But there's a lot of neighbours around here that are involved in this. It is a lot of the St. George Community Housing tenants here are involved in this. They are either getting their rent cheaper or they are being paid to do what they're doing. But the people that are connected to my unit, that have that close access, it's like they consider themselves to have prime position to be able to abuse me. So they sell their services. One of these people is a woman in her mid-70s. And then there's another woman next door to me, and then there's a disgusting pervert downstairs. And all of these people are predators. They are. I mean, anyone that stalks someone like this closely, these people are predators. They hunt me in my home. They hunt me around my movements in my home. These people can see into my bedroom. And the one downstairs, she's also abusing my home with dust. And I put a video up and showed evidence of that yesterday, and it's just ridiculous. It really is what St. George Community Housing is expecting me to live with. And it's time to open up your eyes, St. George Community Housing. It really is. And it's time that you put a stop to what these people are doing, because I'm going to be on my channel every time they do this. I am, every time. And I can't wait to talk to this other person to see, if there's some similar things happening to them. So, that's what these people are doing. This is what they've been getting away with. This is how much they're invading my privacy. And I'm an innocent person, and this is being done to me because I have no family. I've been purposely isolated. My family are involved in this. They've taken money to be a part of this. They've also stolen an inheritance from me. They didn't just steal my inheritance. They stole my entire life and legacy from me. And then they just pretended I wasn't dead for money. They teamed up with abusive men and corrupt people in the justice system to do this. And that's why I have no one. And that's why the landlord thought it would be so easy to get away with it. And the Campbelltown police have been out there stalking me this morning too. They have been, and Transport New South Wales workers are involved in this as well. And they have been out there like creating unnecessary noise just to humiliate me in my home. Because they're viewing into my home illegally too, and so are the Campbelltown police, who sit back and watch me be put through cruel, sadistic abuse every day because they're corrupt. And I don't know if they're all corrupt down at that Campbelltown police station, but a lot of them must be, because once again, you've only got to go back on my channel to see what these people have done. You've only got to go back and see what the police have done. I put up the playlist of the police, the videos that show how abusive the police are in Campbelltown, New South Wales. I put up like a collection of those that's been gathered over the past 19 months. And there's a lot of videos and there's a lot of information there. And they'd like to be able to turn around and say that I'm delusional. I mean, that was the plan. That was why they started tampering with my air and sending smells through into my home. But you can't deny that visual evidence of that dust that starts falling from the ceiling. And I realised what these people were doing in January of this year, 2025. I realised that their range hoods have been rigged. And ever since then, I've been trying to get St George Community Housing to do something about them. And they keep making excuses. The last excuse was that it was raining. Well, it's not raining now, St George Community Housing. So where is the person that's supposed to be coming out here and reverting these range hoods back to how they're supposed to be? I actually sent you a message on Friday and told you that if you didn't stop sending dust through into my home, that the drains would be blocked. I didn't ask for a plumber to come and look at those drains. I just told you, I sent you a message, an email, and I said in that email that if you didn't stop, you're blocking your own drains up. I'm noticing it gradually happen. And what did they do? They called a plumber. I wasn't asking for a plumber, St George. I don't know who you have working there, but I don't know what kind of business you run. But that wasn't what I asked for. I didn't ask for it to be fixed. I was letting you know. Anyway, they had a plumber on the phone to me yesterday morning. First thing yesterday morning, I think it was about 8:30. A plumber contacted me and said, we're coming out there to look at the drainage. And I said, I didn't need a plumber here. You know, I was just telling St George what's happening, and if they don't stop, they're going to need a plumber. It's going to get worse. And it's funny how they can send a plumber here, you know, within like it was the weekend. I didn't send that email until very late on Friday night. I think it was after St George Community Housing had closed. And then there's a plumber here calling me at 8:30 in the morning on the Monday. How come you can get a plumber here that quick, St George Community Housing, but you can't get someone else out here to fix the range hoods? Can you get someone out here to fix the range hoods as soon as possible? It's not raining now, St George. Hasn't rained for a few days. Yeah, that was their excuse because it wasn't safe to get in the roof. So I don't know why it's not safe to get in the roof when it's raining. I'm not sure. I mean, it's inside the roof. So why would it not be safe to get in the roof when it's raining? I don't know. Unless there's water getting in up there. Who knows? So, yeah, you need to get someone out here to fix these range hoods, St George Community Housing, so that these people, these obsessed, mentally disturbed people, can stop tampering with the oxygen I'm trying to breathe in my home. And if this woman sends dust into my house this morning, it's just going to be the same, okay? I'm just going to film it and I'm going to post it straight to YouTube. So this landlord stands back, whoever they are. I don't know if they're the owner. I would presume they would have something to do with the ownership of this building. They sit back and they use these neighbours like puppets, they do. They must say, okay, the person in such and such number you do this, set up this scenario with this person, and they carry out abuse. They carry out these little scenarios, they do. And he just uses them like pawns in his game, he does. And they just do whatever he says because they're getting cheap rent or whatever they're getting for it. And he's got a racket. He's running a racket. He is. And there's innocent, vulnerable people that are being abused to death in their homes by this landlord, St George Community Housing. And there's staff there that are involved as well. So thank you for listening if you've listened to this video. And if there's anyone else out there that can help me in any way to get justice in this situation and to stop these people from putting me through this terror in my home every day, please reach out to me on the email that will be attached to this video. I'll also attach some other videos to this one that will show you what's happened here over the past 19 months here in Campbelltown, New South Wales, as a part of this police cover-up. And thank you very much if you've listened to this video. Have a good day.